So today we're going to be talking about summertime and travel health tips. I mean, it's summer and I think it's the best time to hear from our host here, Dr. Ekuase, the best way to enjoy our summer in a healthy way. So over to you.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Francisca. And it's been a while, but nice
Right?
to see you again. So summer is here. Everybody's excited. School is out, and people are traveling. Some people are doing staycations. They're staying at home. They're not going anywhere, and there's just a whole lot happening. So people, if you're going abroad or you're staying, whatever it is that you're doing, first of all, you want to make sure that you think about health. Is your child immunized? Has your child gotten all the necessary vaccines? A lot of people want to travel to new countries. A lot of people are going to their country of origin to see their grandparents. A lot of people are staying where they are. But the bottom line is you want to make sure your children's vaccines are up to date. If you're going to any country that has an vaccination requirements, please go on the CDC website, which is the cdc.gov, and that will tell you if there's any requirements for vaccines when you're going to a particular country. COVID, the pandemic was not too long ago. A lot of countries have relaxed their rules, but you just make sure that wherever it is you're going, there's no requirements on the COVID side or on the issue of COVID. And then when you travel, a lot of times, for instance, if you're coming to Nigeria, which is where I am right now, between Atlanta and Nigeria. So if you're coming to Nigeria, a lot of people ask me, what are the requirements to come to Nigeria? Malaria is still very endemic here in Nigeria, so you want to take your malaria prophylaxis. The one that you take is usually determined by your doctor. They have the popular mefloquine or Malarone, whichever malaria prophylaxis you're going to be taking. Just make sure it's one that's approved for the country where you're going. For Nigeria, just check on the CDC website, and whatever your doctor prefers, I would recommend just go with your doctor's recommendation, and that should be fine. Now, if you live in Nigeria and you're going abroad, before you even travel, you want to make sure you have all your travel documents, whether you're coming to Nigeria or you're going to other parts of the world. Make sure your visas are all done long before travel. That should be already in your passport by now, especially because we're halfway through with the summer.
Yes.
But wherever it is that you're going to, you just want to make sure that you have the necessary first aid that I usually recommend. Most children, if they go somewhere and they're going to be eating from outside vendors, we usually recommend try and eat fruits that are covered, like banana. You have to peel the banana before you can eat it. So to minimize any kind of bacterial infections or acute food poisoning, make sure you're eating your fruits and you're washing your hands. You have your sanitizers, you have your little first aid box. Take some Tylenol with you, because especially if children are running up and down or they hurt themselves, make sure you have Tylenol or Motrin, which is also paracetamol or Panadol, which is what we call it in Nigeria. And make sure you have your ibuprofen also. That's what you want to use. If your child complains about a headache or their leg is hurting, anything, you have your little first aid box. Make sure you have like some band-aids. So if they have like little scratches, make sure you have those band-aids to clean. Make sure you have your wipes, like alcohol wipes, just to keep any injuries clean. And sunscreen. If you're going to the beach, make sure you have your sunscreen on every time you're outdoors. Even if for people with lighter skin, sunscreen is important. For darker skin, sunscreen is also important. People say, oh, darker skin people don't sunburn, but there's also that risk of too much exposure to ultraviolet radiation, which may not necessarily be the best. When you're on vacation, make sure your children are eating healthy. Being on vacation doesn't mean that they shouldn't eat their fruits and vegetables. They want to eat ice cream, cake, they want to have a good time, but having a good time is also eating right. Sleeping is important. Make sure that your children still observe sleep hygiene. If you're doing any activities, plan it for the morning time before it gets too hot. Make sure your children are drinking at least 4-ounce cups of or bottles of water. On average, we say 4 to depending on the size of a child. On average, we say like 7 cups of water, or half your child's body weight in ounces. So if your child is 50 pounds, you want to do 25 ounces of water.
Oh, we use ml here.
I know.
What's ounces?
50 ounces. 1 ounce is 30 mils.
Okay.
So if you're doing 50, that's 150 mils. Then you should be drinking at least 75 mils of water in a day. That's what it is. So that's how, if you are 150 pounds, you should be drinking 75 ounces, 75 times 30. You know what?
What's that? Sorry.
Just drink your 4 to 8 cups of water. The regular cups of water that we drink is like
In those
it's
party
like
cups.
12 ounces. Yes, the
Okay.
cups. Yes, it's like 4 to 8 ounces. Just drink the Nestle bottle.
Okay.
I think it's
Okay.
about 12 ounces. So just drink like at least
75.
5 to 7 of those Nestle bottle full of water for your child to prevent dehydration. If your child is peeing at least once, at least 4 times a day, or once every 6 to 8 hours, your child is still hydrated. If your child is not peeing and at least and is peeing like only 2 or 3 times a day, your child is on the dry side. So make sure your child is drinking a lot. And anywhere you are going to eat, make sure you go to good restaurants that are hygienic. In a lot of places, they have ratings for the restaurants. Go online, do your Google Maps, do your TripAdvisor to find out where the good places are to eat so that your child doesn't get sick. And if your child gets sick while you're on vacation, scout out the clinics in the area and the university hospitals in the area, because if your child gets really sick, they might need to go to the university hospitals. That's where usually most of the specialists are. But just do your due diligence to keep your child safe. If you're going to the pool and you're going to be around a hotel where there's a deep pool, make sure you have your children know that they are not supposed to go to the pool without you or without a trusted adult who can swim. And make sure that there's a lifeguard on duty. If you're going into the beach, observe the signs. Some beaches will tell you that don't swim in this beach because the sewage content is too high. Pay attention to notices around wherever you go. And child safety, very important. Have your children always with you at all times. Make sure they're not talking to strangers, and make sure they just observe the rules of keeping safe, especially while abroad. So there's so much to talk about, but those are the tips that I just wanted to bring to mind for parents today to observe. And wherever it is you're going, just make sure that you have a wonderful time, because these are the memories that you keep even when your children are grown and married and out of the house. And when you become, as parents, when you become grandparents like me, now a grandma, I'm very excited about that. It's always wonderful to have those memories. Take lots of pictures and enjoy yourself. Summertime, fun time, enjoy it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, and wishing you safe and healthy travels. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.